A new restart. A new god took possession of everything and rebuilt everything we know. Palace of the Great Priest and Zenosama. All timelines collapse. Great Priest watches and speaks. It looks like everything is finally going to start. We won't be able to get involved for now, Zenosama. Planet of the Saiyans. Bardock and Gine are talking. Gine says,
Bardock, what are you going to do? We have 2 children, and King Vegeta said that the 2 are low class and cannot be part of the Saiyan army.
Bardock seriously says,
I don't care what King Vegeta thinks. There are plenty of low-class warriors who would beat up any elite soldier.
Time passes and every day Bardock begins to reflect. Bardock names his 2 sons. The eldest calling himself Raditz, and the youngest calling himself Kakarot. Bardock speaks.
This boy is just like me. I'm sure he'll be extremely strong.
Bardock goes to bed, and at that moment, he hears a voice saying, It looks like the boy from the prophecy is finally emerging. He's been chosen by me to be king of everything. Scared, Bardock speaks.
Who are you? What are you talking about?
The unknown being looks at Bardock laughing and says, You are Bardock. I have watched you since you were in your mother's womb. I knew that one day you would be the father of the child of the prophecy. Kakarot, or son Goku, the child who would become the omnipotent god of everything, is finally here. Bardock is surprised, not understanding anything, and says,
But what the hell is going on here?
Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos and stay well inside our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Without further ado, let's get started. Bardock had a strange dream, and often in his dream he began to reflect on the things he heard from the unknown being who so far does not reveal his identity. Kakarot over time grew up to pass from the stage of a baby to a child. His powers began to stand out from all Saiyans that existed. This power caused an interest in Frieza, who was the emperor of the universe, and made King Vegeta obey all his orders. Frieza summons King Vegeta and says, I see that this new generation of Saiyans have very great powers, isn't it? Everyone is showing incredible powers. But what's so special about them anyway? King Vegeta, scared to death of Frieza, says,
I don't know what happens, Mr. Frieza, but they are not stronger than you. They are in the development phase. My son, who is my heir, is still raising his powers more and more. And he's the strongest Saiyan prodigy.
Frieza begins to observe and speaks.
Are you sure about it? So let's see what it can show. I want you to organize a fighting session between the low-class Saiyans and the high-class Saiyans and see which one emerges victorious. Do this, or else I myself will destroy your entire race.
King Vegeta, without understanding anything, says,
Of course, Your Majesty. Please don't make any hasty decisions, please. I will definitely arrange this for you, and you won't regret any of it. But please, don't destroy our planet.
In a blink of an eye, days and days go by, and Bardock receives the news from King Vegeta. And everyone finds out about the battle that would happen between the Saiyan children. Bardock speaks.
What is this miserable King Vegeta planning? Surely this is being ordered by Frieza, and he wanted a strong child to strengthen his army to create a rebellion.
At that moment, Bardock again hears the voice in his subconscious and then again sees the unknown being in front of him. The unknown being says, The moment is coming. The time when the child of the prophecy will show its true powers. Bardock still didn't understand anything that was going on. At that moment, the unknown being looks at Bardock, and its left eye begins to glow. A great light is shed on Bardock. Bardock questions,
What is this?
At that moment, Bardock begins to see several timelines and combinations in which Kakarot became increasingly stronger as a Saiyan. The unknown being says, Do you see that, Bardock? Your son, Kakarot, in all combination of timelines, he always becomes the most powerful being in the universe. That everything that is happening here is just a matter of time for him to become just like that. The difference is that now you know everything. Your race can be eradicated by all, or you can let the future of Kakarot make the Saiyan race continue to exist. Of course, what will happen next with the entire universe is still up for grasps. A mystery, but that's up to you. Bardock is confused, but at the same time begins to have visions of Frieza destroying the entire planet and his wife Guinea being killed, murdered, begging for Bardock's help. Bardock sees Frieza eliminating all the Saiyans. The unknown being says, "You have the power to change it all, Bardock. With you, it can all be different." Bardock returns to his normal consciousness and no longer sees the unknown being. At that moment, Bardock gets up and wakes up Kakarot. Bardock says,
Kakarot, get up! That's strain.
Kakarot looks at Bardock, who managed to transform into a Super Saiyan, and then starts a fight between father and son. At that moment, Bardock says,
I know you have more potential than that. Show what you're really capable of.
Kakarot looks at Bardock and speaks, "Dad, I'm learning to fight now, but I'm not going to let you humiliate me in this fight. I'm going to show you what I'm really capable of." Kakarot advances running towards Bardock and starts trying to throw several blows at him. At that moment, Bardock speaks.
Very weak still, by the way. Needs to improve a lot if you want to reach my power. That's my Super Saiyan level. And no Saiyan will be able to defeat me. I saved this transformation to defeat Frieza.
Kakarot begins to receive several blows from Bardock. Bardock begins to attack Kakarot in earnest, causing his body to begin to become almost unconscious. Bardock says,
I think it was all just a dream. You're an ordinary Saiyan child, like everyone else. But I'm still proud of you, Kakarot. You resisted my attacks well.
Kakarot falls to the ground. At that moment, Bardock closes his eyes and begins to reflect.
What I saw was nothing more than an illusion. The end of our entire race is really near.
At that moment, Bardock, with his eyes closed, begins to feel a great light coming to his face. Bardock opens his eyes and sees the image of Kakarot standing up and his hair turning completely silver. Scared, Bardock says,
What the hell was that? Silver hair? And white aura? What an incredible power that is!
The voice of the unknown being again appears and says, The prophecy is released. The onset of omnipotence is coming. Kakarot advances directly on top of Bardock and attacks him, throwing him away with just one blow and defeats him. Kakarot with the silver hair wakes up Bardock and says, Father, you're alright. You slept for 5 hours after you got hit. It seems like I have gotten stronger. Scared, Bardock says,
I slept for 5 hours?
He had no idea of the strength he possesses. Kakarot says, Oh, and I made a decision now. I don't want you to call me Kakarot anymore. My name is Goku. A new beginning begins. The beginning of omnipotence begins. To be continued. So hey, what do you believe and what do you imagine about all of this? Regardless of what it is more than important that you arrive exposing it in your comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.